I've always loved playing dress-up. Every school holidays, my grandmama would take me to the theatre. It was our little ritual. The first step was getting an entirely new outfit. A wholly impractical outfit. A ridiculously expensive and impractical outfit for the daughter of poor Bergen parents. Second came the beautifying. She would put curlers in my hair and do my makeup, doing it just like the 50s old musicals we would watch together. Then we would head off to the theatre with my gran being equally, if not more so, as fabulous as I was. In my teenage years, something changed. I didn't want to dress up anymore as I didn't want the attention. Attention was a scary thing for me at that age. I didn't want the attention I was getting from grown men who now looked and acted differently towards me. I also didn't want the added attention from my peers. Angry Dyke was already starting to make the rounds at school. I didn't want to be different. I wanted to blend in, fade into the background. So I did. Gone was the red lipstick, replaced by a 90s bronze shimmer. Gone was my fair skin and freckles, covered up by a terrible foundation named Honey Gold, turning me the colour of Trump. Dresses were replaced with jeans and t-shirt, and gone were the often elaborate headwear I adored. My walls slowly began to be covered in posters of teenage heartthrobs instead of Audrey Hepburn, my very first crush. I even went so far as to plan a boyfriend to quell the queer rumours for fear of them getting back to my already violent homophobic stepfather. While my family may have said they were totally fine with queer people, the reality was different. Even my grandmama, who had nothing but queer friends, gay men, drag queens, trans women, she was hostile towards lesbians. When I met my husband, I decided to double down on heteronormativity and try and convince myself I was only casually attracted to women and could totally be a housewife and mother and want nothing more. Deep down I knew I was gay, but I couldn't accept it. It would mean losing everything. My identity was a housewife. It was a mother. It was straight. It was happy. It was overweight but dieting constantly. It was a costume of jeans and t-shirts. It was living in the suburbs and doing school pickups and canteen duty. I was still in hiding. One day a friend convinced me to go shopping with them to prove that I could still dress up being the size I was. I think this was my gateway into accepting who I really was. I started wearing dresses again. I took makeup lessons. I started wearing headpieces again. I worked outside the home. I admitted to being severely depressed. I started identifying as fat and not trying to change that. There was just one thing left. I came out. Thankfully, I came out with the full support of my now ex and our 4 amazing children. But, as I was to learn, being out as a queer femme wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Other lesbians told me I was wrong for being attracted to other feminine women. It wasn't right. I was made fun of. What do 2 femmes do in bed? Share a lipstick? They laughed. I'd also experienced significant feelings of invisibility within the queer community. I didn't look gay, whatever that meant, so I found myself constantly coming out in an attempt to be seen. But I still remember the day I discovered that I was femme. I mean, it was pretty obvious by the hair, the dresses, the hats, the vintage seam stockings and pearls and the signature red lips. But honestly, I'd never heard the word used as a queer identifier. I'd heard of femme fatales in film noir, but not femme lesbians. So I was standing around in a group of queer women who were all talking about the different types of lesbians, and I got all excited, being a new baby queer, and asked, "Do me, do me." When they said the word femme, I felt something only felt when finally saying, I am a lesbian out loud. It was like the word was a soft pink mist that rose up, swirled around and enveloped me. That was it. That was who I was. A fat, fabulous femme.